All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
Welcome on to NorCal Sports Network. Golden State Warriors hold on. Win by 3 tonight. 117-114. We'll get into the details, but first let us thank our sponsor, Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in all of California. You need an attorney, you need Chapman Law Group, everybody. Give them a call at 415-613-9483, specializing in personal injury. Give them a call. Call's free, consultation's free. You get injured, you need help, give Chapman Law Group a call. Don't hesitate. Let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. All right, everybody. The band plays. A lot going on with this ball game tonight. Warriors win it. Do the band here. Fade them a little bit. There we go. And we'll kill it. All right, guys. You see Steph there in the background. Steph Curry behind the curtain, so to speak. Steph goes down tonight with a tailbone contusion. So the league has got to do something to protect its stars. I mean, he only fell down because the guy jumped into him when Curry was in the air and knocked him flat on his tailbone. And the league just allows Steph to just get held, get beat up. It's, fortunately it's only a bruise and not a crack or anything like that. But Steph will probably, my guess is he'll miss the first game against Atlanta and probably come back Tuesday in, they play Saturday. Yeah, Tuesday in Miami. That's my guess. But we'll get into this whole thing and we'll open it up for anyone that wants to come in and chat tonight. I thought the key to the game tonight was Quentin Post. The Warriors were down by 7, something like that. It was something like 92-85, and Warriors were shooting free throws. Earlier, Post had, there was a series. He hit a 3, he blocked a shot, and then he got the crowd pumped up into it. The crowd was felt like, when Curry went down, they acted as though, he was like departed earth or something. The crowd was just a morgue in there. And credit the rookie playing his 32nd game in the NBA with getting the crowd fired up. Him and then Jimmy Butler's block at the end. I mean, it just so much to look at. I mean, Draymond Green hitting 5 threes tonight, or was it 6? I'll have to open up the box score. Post hitting 5 or 6. It was those guys were incredible tonight. Draymond definitely should be Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, what he did he just plays all over. You can't tell me that Evan Mobley gets around like Draymond Green. The only thing Mobley gets is he gets the blocks, and that is a stat thing. And so, he kind of like Rudy Gobert, he disrupts floaters, and that's all part of being a defender. Yeah, I get it. And he gets blocks. So, yeah, Mobley's a great defender, but he can't guard like Draymond all over the court. And let me pull up the box score here, guys, and we'll take a look at it together. So, Draymond, 5 of 14. I mean, you would think he was Klay Thompson or Steph Curry out there tonight shooting 14 threes, but they were wide open. And, he was hot in the beginning and then he cooled off. But 5 of 14, what is that? About 35, 37%? Let me look. Let me do my math here. I think that's about 37%. 5 divided by 14, 35.7. Yeah, right in there. So a little over his season average of 33. And then you had Quentin Post hitting 6 of 9. 6 of 9. What is that, like 68%? 66.6%. Quentin Post from the threes. I mean, give me a break. So tonight, Draymond leads all scorers for the Warriors with 21, and then followed by Post with 18. Steph put in 17, Jimmy 16, and Kuminga 16. I thought Kuminga looked good late. He's explosive. I mean, for Toronto. I mean, Emmanuel quickly. Scotty Barnes, by the way, was tough down there. He's a bruiser. 29 points. I didn't realize Scotty was so physical, so big. But Emmanuel quickly, is there a more appropriate name to have? I mean, the dude is so quick, and the guy's got his last name is Quickly. The guy is one of the quickest players in the league. So, but yeah, Warriors. I want to know what a contusion is, Zach. I didn't know they had released the X-rays yet. I don't know if they X-rayed. They did say in the toward the end of the game that it was some type of contusion, pelvic. I can't remember what it was. What the actual? We'll look it up, but it was definitely a hard fall. And hey, maybe that's poetic justice. Maybe, same injury had in 22. What happened in 22? Warriors won the chip. Yes. Hey guys, Warriors get some help tonight too. Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard here. Let's take a look. Memphis Bucks are beating the Lakers, so the Warriors are going to gain a game on the Lakers tonight. And oh my goodness. I just noticed that. Kings, they basically give back the game they won against Cleveland. I mean, how do you beat Cleveland and then lose to the Bulls at home? Wow. Letdown there. But where is it? I saw that where's the rest of the scoreboard? Didn't Memphis lose tonight? Where's the rest of the scores? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I thought Memphis. Is there any more scores? Hey, somebody tell me in the chat. I thought I saw Memphis lose. Let me look this up somewhere else. NBA scores. Maybe they didn't play tonight. What am I thinking? Was that last night? Maybe that was last night. Memphis. What the heck am I looking at? Yeah, last night they lost to the Blazers. I guess they didn't play tonight. I thought they played tonight, but yeah. So, yeah, just a short night tonight, only 5 games. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Tomorrow night's games, though, are going to be interesting because you've got the full slate tomorrow night on Friday. The Warriors will be off, but take a look at some of the teams that the Warriors that's the game I was thinking. That's what it was. In my head, I looked ahead at the schedule during the Warriors game, and I said the Warriors are going to gain a game tomorrow, either, or a half a game at least on Memphis or the Clippers. So I don't know, chat. This is an interesting question I want to propose to you. And Houston's at Miami, so Miami could hopefully win that game. I want to ask you guys about Memphis and the Clippers. Who do you want to? What's better for the Warriors tomorrow night? That the Clippers lose a game and go 2 games behind the Warriors in the loss column, or Memphis loses and the Warriors gain a half game on them, and Memphis ends up getting saddled with loss number 28, one behind the Warriors. I kind of think Memphis losing is good because the Warriors could get into that 5 seed. But I don't know. It's hard to say because who ends up in the 3rd seed? You have a better shot of retaining the 6th seed if the Clippers lose. You have a better chance of obviously getting to the 5th seed if Memphis loses because you also have a game with Memphis. But let's say you get the 5th seed and the Lakers fall to the 4th seed. Do you really want that? Or the Nuggets fall to the 4th seed. Do you want that? I mean, if you're in the 6th seed, it's really hard to say. You could end up with the Lakers or the Nuggets there too. Ah, man, that's a tough one. I don't know. I'm asking you guys in the chat. What do you say? Warriors fans, who is it better for the Warriors to, I'll be posting the link here shortly, deloading. Who's better for it to lose tomorrow, the Clippers or Memphis? Curry injured. Hiroku says, I'd take the 6th. That means you want Memphis to win that game. The key is at least getting into the top 6, right? You have no idea who's finishing 3rd or 4th at this point. I mean, let me pull up these standings real quick again and just let me blow that up. Look at that. Look how close that is. I mean, you're looking at Rockets 2 to 6. There's 4 losses. I mean, I don't think you're catching the Nuggets. No way. I doubt if you're going to catch the Lakers. LeBron will, or I should say LeBum. We forgot to put that up, guys. First 5 minutes of the show. We're 12 minutes in, but we got to put that up. LeBum taking his time off. Not a top player all time. 5 player all time. LeBum is off somewhere. I don't know if they've checked his, maybe the shipment just comes in to someone at some other house. It somehow gets funneled to LeBron and he gets his Stan Conti injections, so to speak. And he comes back all healed up. Probably wasn't even hurt in the first place. Just needed a little rest and a little booster. A little a roid booster, and there you go. So LeBum should be coming back at full speed. The 40-year-old will probably be looking like 28 when he comes back, and there's no way the NBA will check him to say, hey, look, man, you're juiced up. What'd you do on your time off? So, that's right. Leroy James. There we go. We got all kinds of names for him. So, but we definitely want to go and stick with our mantra. LeBum, not a top 5 player all time. 5 player all. Nope. Not when you miss 10 free throws with air balls. You can't shoot 10 air balls and be named. Not in my book. You're not a complete player. Sorry. Ooh, could be why you went bald. Somebody says, okay, yeah. So I'm looking. Let me hold on, guys. Let me do something here. I got to open it up for the show here. Let me get this. Okay, there we go. Boom. I just got to hit a few buttons, guys, and then we'll be here. I just got to copy. Paste. There we go. All right, guys. The link is out there. Anybody wants to come in, talk a little Warriors hoop with me, feel free to do so. I'm almost in agreement with Bill here. Bill says protect the 6 and forget about 4 or 5. Yeah. Look, you got a game at the last game of the season against the Clippers. You don't want to have to play that to be the 6th seed on the line, right? You want to have 2 losses between the Warriors and Clippers. Because if there's one loss, Clippers come in and take the Warriors, they fall to the 7th, possibly the 8th. I kind of agree. I'm almost thinking Memphis can lose a couple of other games. They're only 2 games behind the Warriors, and I think the Warriors have the tiebreaker. So if the Warriors can beat them head-to-head and hopefully Memphis loses a couple other games. I think Memphis has some tough games down the stretch, too. In fact, you know what? Let's take a quick peek at Memphis's schedule here. They're 5-10, shall we? I'll bring deloading in here in just a minute after we pull this schedule up here. All right, one sec while I pull up Memphis's schedule. All right, there we are. And let me bring in deloading to the screen. All right, welcome, deloading. How you doing?
What's up, Dan?
Oh, great. Doing well. We're going to look at Memphis's schedule here just because that's the one team I think the Warriors can catch. But I kind of agree with Bill that be better to at least have the 6. And I kind of pull for Memphis to beat the Clippers because the Clippers are 1 game behind the Warriors in the loss column, and they own the tiebreaker with the Warriors. So, and they play the last game of the year.
I kind of disagree.
Really?
Just because Memphis's schedule is so tough down the stretch that I think they're just going to fall even further.
Well, that's why I say if you can knock the Clippers, I think if you knock the Clippers off tomorrow, the Memphis, I think the Warriors can still. I think Memphis could lose some other games, but I don't know how many the Clippers. Let's just take a look.
I guess I just think Memphis is going to drop below both of us. Is that my point of view? So
okay, let's see what they got. They got the Clippers. Let's say that could be a loss very, very easily. Utah's a win. They should lose to OKC at OKC. The Lakers, hard to say. Is LeBum back next Saturday or not? If LeBum's back, and even if LeBum's not back, Lakers could beat them. Then they got to play. Oh, no. Yeah, they're playing the Lakers at home. Then they got Boston at home. Then the Warriors, which is nice. They've got the Warriors on the April 1st, but they play Boston the night before. That's pretty good. So, and then they go to Miami. Detroit's a tough game. Charlotte, they should win. They got Minnesota at home, at Denver, and then Dallas. Let's count the losses that we could see here. Memphis, you could lose to the Clips. That's 1. You could lose to OKC. You should 2. They're going to lose 1 of Los Angeles or Boston.
I think they lose the next 3.
That's 3. I think the Warriors can beat them. That's 4. Let's say they beat
Miami, lose to Detroit.
That's 5. Then they're going to have Minnesota at home. Probably beat them. And then they play at Denver, 6. They should have 6 losses on them, which would put them at they're at 27 now. So 6 losses bring them to 33. That means the Warriors could afford to lose 4 games as long as one of them is not. I think they still have the tiebreaker even if they lose to Memphis. But that one looks like Memphis could be dropping. So that's an interesting one there. And then let's take a quick peek at the Clippers schedule because they're a team that could get very hot and get back into the playoff picture. Let me pull up the LA Clippers. Okay, so the Clippers schedule is, let's see if that's showing up there. Okay, there we go. We got the Clippers schedule. Oops, hold on here. I want this one. All right. So we'll scroll up to the Clippers. Okay, you got the Memphis, and then they got OKC. I think there's a lot. Oh, Clippers got a tough schedule. They got to go. They're home to OKC Sunday, and then they got to go to New York. Brooklyn should be a win. They go to Cleveland. That's a loss. Cleveland has lost too many games recently. They're going to be ready to go. I think the Clippers are at 30 losses right now. I see 2 losses on that road trip, and I think they probably lose to OKC, and then I don't think they lose again until maybe the Kings at home or the Warriors at the end of the season. So I think there's at least 3 losses in there. That puts them at 33 losses. So the Warriors are at 29, as long as they're at 32. I think the key for the Warriors, 50 wins gets them definitely in the top 6, maybe as high as 5. And if things roll their way, 4.
Mike, it's not like the Warriors are checking other teams' schedules and playing based on that. We're just looking at how it might play out.
What's Mike saying? Yeah, we're not worried about it. We're just doing some content here. Little content. So Senior says Kings are not beating anyone. I think the Kings are locked into the 9th seed. They're going to play Phoenix. I believe it'll be Phoenix as the 10th seed in the play-in. That should be a good game. And then they'll have whoever wins that game will face the loser of 7-8, which I don't know.
I would be shocked if Minnesota and the Clippers are not the 2 that come out of the playing games.
They should both. They should. Yeah. They're the 2 best teams. And
it's I think there's a significant gap between them and the other 3 that are fighting for 9
Kings and the Suns in Dallas.
Yeah.
I agree. Senior says Kings are done. Going to be tough for the Kings right now without Sabonis for another week or week and a half. Yeah. Let me go through the comments here. Kind of goofy, Bill says. Discussion. We just need to win. Yeah. We're just looking at it. We're just kind of seeing what other teams have, just to kind of look at it down the road. No big deal. Let's get back to the okay. So people don't want to look at other people's schedules, but it's kind of fun this time of the year. You're down to like the last 12 games roughly. What are the Warriors now? 41-29? Is that what their record is?
Pretty sure.
I
think there's only 12 games left.
Yeah, the Warriors are, let me pull that up, standings. Are they 41? See, Warriors are, 41-29. So last year they finished 46-36. If they don't do that, it's a catastrophe finish. Now I don't know. What do you think, Deloading? I think Curry probably comes back and plays Tuesday in Miami. Maybe he takes a day off. And
I think it's going to be longer than that, to be honest. I think on the short end, it might be a week and a half.
I would probably hold him off. You got Miami or Atlanta, and then Miami. Then you got New Orleans a week from tomorrow on Friday. That's a whole week's rest. You miss 3 games, and then he's going to feel a lot better.
You have San Antonio too, and I don't think he should be coming back for that game. I think on the earlier side, that Memphis game is when you would kind of want him back. With these type of injuries, it's mostly just comfort level playing wise. Like
he had a pad on it last year, in 22 for a while. He played with a pad because he kept falling on it.
Was that 21 or 22?
22.
22. Because I know he had the leg injury that held him out till the end of the season. But yeah, that's what I initially thought of right when it happened. I was like, oh, because that held him out a while. But I don't know. At some point, if this injury isn't too severe and it'll heal up relatively well, it's kind of a blessing in disguise.
Yep.
And just him getting some extra time off, getting those legs back is going to be. I also another thing that kind of fits well is that Jimmy, he didn't really play at the beginning of the season, so he's getting himself back into the game shape. And then if you get Steph re-energized a little bit, it could work out well going into the
Yeah,
postseason.
absolutely. It's happened many times where Steph's gotten injured late in the season, gotten a rest, and comes back, with rejuvenated legs. Most important thing in basketball is your legs. And it's everything. And this is why I was upset that he played tonight. I said after Tuesday night's win, he should be resting. He rested against Milwaukee. Why not give him another night off? And he would have been, the injury. He didn't look that fresh to me even tonight when he was playing.
No, and when I was on the other night, I also said that he shouldn't have even played tonight. But I mean, hindsight's 2020. The thing
Right.
that is just the most annoying part is that you have all these defenders flying at him because it's never called. The refs just never call anytime Steph's just getting mangled on the court. So then you
Yeah.
have defenders just used to being able to jump at him like that because they don't think they're going to get the call, and then he gets injured like that, and he still didn't even get the call tonight when
I
you
know.
got two guys bumping in midair. It's just ridiculous.
It's unbelievable. I think Adam Silver, I've always thought Adam Silver was pretty good, but I'm going to call him out. I think he might be one of the stupidest guys running a league because he doesn't protect his stars. You lose your stars in this game, in this league. I mean, it's already a lot of people. They're already losing a ton of viewership, right?
Well, he protects his stars, just not Steph Curry, and he's
Yeah,
never protected Steph Curry. But
I
Austin
don't
Reeves will
understand
get
it.
that whistle 10
Steph
times out of 10.
Curry, most adored player in the league. Everybody wants to go out and see Steph. I mean, you hear MVP chants in other arenas for Steph Curry. And, he's the most beloved superstar, I would say, in any sport. Maybe Shohei's up there. Michael Jordan was, everybody loved Jordan for the most part. I mean, Steph just plays the game the right way. And, it's why you don't hear LeBum chants in other arenas. You don't really even hear it in LA. It's because I don't think people respect all of his antics, his flopping, his crying about fouls, his faking fouls. And, I got hit in the head, and then they show the replay and he didn't even get touched. And he's like trying to act like he got injured and to get the refs to call a foul.
I was just going to bring up the thing that Mark said because I think it's really important. Steve Kerr, like 10 minutes ago, said that Curry wanted to come back into the game, but they're being cautious with it. So just the fact that he wanted to come back into the game is a huge positive.
Yes, that is good. That's true. Nobody really liked Rick Barry. That's true. I did, but people didn't like Rick's antics on the court either. Yeah. Very, very true. Well, we'll see. A lot of times you get like these hairline fractures that you find in an MRI and stuff. I mean, even if there was a hairline fracture, those usually heal up in a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, if they're really tiny, sometimes 6 weeks. Playoffs start in about a month from now? They usually start around the 15th, don't they? The play-in games.
Yeah, and then the playing games gives some more time as well if the Warriors don't have to be in them, which would be huge. I think it starts April 20th this year.
The play-in game?
The first round.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, the play-in games start. The season ends Sunday the 13th, so they probably do the play-in games Tuesday and Wednesday night, and then the final one. Or they probably both are on. What do they do? There's 4 play-in games, right? So they probably do 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday,
You'd
and
think
then
they get a day or two off after the
yeah,
season
then
ends.
they play Thursday, and then the last game is Friday. And the
Yep.
people who get in on Friday, they play Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Yeah. So April 20th, 4 to 6 weeks for hairline fractures, then you have to get in basketball shape. Yeah. Well, let's hope it's nothing. Let's hope it is just a bruise. Most likely, the way he walked off the court and then the fact that he thought he can come back in, that is a good sign. But you never know in these things. You never know. Hopefully it is just a contusion or what commonly a bruise. You just hope it's not a bone bruise because those are bad.
I went back and checked because in 2021, if you remember when he had that injury in Houston where he fell onto the metal like staircase when they didn't have the fans in the front row, that happened on March 17th, so almost around the exact same time. But he only missed 5 games on that one, and that one seemed pretty severe. So hopefully it's around that kind of timetable.
What injury did he have then against Houston?
It was sort of like the same kind of pelvic injury, tailbone fracture.
Okay.
It was what he had to wear that pad on his back the rest of the season.
Yeah. We'll see. I think he misses at least sounds like I'm thinking he misses the first 3 games of the road trip. Fortunately, the Warriors are spread out and they're not playing. It's like 6 games in 2 weeks. So it's not, they've got 2 days off in between the first and the second game, or between the first and second game and the second and third game, they get 2 days off each time. So they've got a game Saturday at Atlanta, then Tuesday against Miami, and then Friday against New Orleans. And then after that, don't they go to San Antonio?
Mm-hmm. And then Memphis right after.
Memphis. Yeah. Maybe he comes back in time for the Memphis. We'll see. I think we'll know a lot more later, possibly late tonight, but probably tomorrow. Do the Warriors have an MRI machine at Chase?
I'm sure they do. And
I mean, I would think they do. I mean, most places, I don't know why these things never come back. I've had MRIs done and I get the result the next day. You could think that you got a radiologist there that could read, just read it in an hour or whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean the medical staff is usually like pretty on point. Like when all these people have Achilles and ACL injuries, they're usually able to identify it right away. They just need to make sure the day after.
Right. Well, Rick Celebrini's pretty good. He's probably the one that called it the contusion. But there's no way to know what's going on with the bone until you really image it, right? I mean, there's no test that you can do on that part of the body or really anywhere to know exactly what's going on. He'll get treatment. I wonder if I wouldn't be surprised if Steph actually doesn't go on the initial part of the road trip, that he stays back for treatment. It would be crazy if he's not going to play for even the first 2 games. Like the third game's a week from tomorrow, right? In New Orleans. He could get treatment the next 4 or 5 days at home. There's no reason for him to take this. And plus, you don't want to go on a plane ride I know you get first class, but still not if you got a bruised tailbone, not the ideal. And I understand Steph wants to probably be there for the team, But if he's going to need treatment, which, a lot of – I know they can do that on the road too. I mean, these guys are multi-millionaires, right? They got all of the equipment. But we'll see.
I don't think he'll initially go with them. I think he'll kind of meet up with the team around that Memphis game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because Celebrini is usually pretty
conservative
with that.
Yeah.
That's why Kuminga was out for so long.
Exactly. You noticed they had time to make – Celebrini doesn't want re-injuries, and they're going to make sure that he's at 100%, because you don't want to fall on that thing again. Man, I remember he had that little pad that he used to have to wear, and he kept falling down. Curry falls down more than any player in the game. He falls down after every drive to the hoop, right?
Yeah, well, that's the one thing, is that you don't want him playing passive in certain scenarios because he's worried about re-injuring it. And just having him be healthy enough where he's not worrying about that constantly throughout a game, I think is also one.
You just hope it's not a deep bone bruise. I had a bone bruise once in my knee in high school. Literally, it was during the football season. It was in the summer, was working out, and got smacked right on the knee to knee or something. And I thought, first it hurt, but it just took like 6 weeks to get over the pain. It was just any movement at all. And then I was a kicker with that knee too, so same leg, just hurt like the dickens. Easy to get kind of different bruises in basketball. I'm actually surprised more guys don't get hurt the way they fall down to the ground as high up as those guys are. Man, I mean, those guys are coming down. They're over 3 feet in the air, all of them for the most part. They all got 36-inch vertical jumps for the most part. I mean, Kuminga, what does Kuminga jump? 40. I wonder what Kuminga's vertical jump is. I bet it's in the mid 40s. What do you think?
Kuminga's?
Yeah.
Oh man, let me check. Actually,
check. I'm curious. I've never seen what Kuminga's vertical jump is. I know Daryl Griffith of Louisville, when I was growing up, had a 44-inch vertical, and it was like one of the. But Kuminga, he's got to be up there in the 40s. I bet it's. I don't know if it's as high as Daryl Griffith's. Maybe it's 42, 43.
Okay, I'm looking at an Orlando Magic draft scouting report on Kuminga. Let me see. It's the only thing I can find where they're. It says 41.5 standing vert.
Standing. Okay. Well, on a running, I bet he gets up even higher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, think about that. Dude, 6'7", wingspan 7 feet, right? And then the dude can jump almost 4 feet. So he's, 11. I think some of these guys are almost 12 feet when the ball's on an alley hoop. Some of these, it's just unreal. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Steph is, Steph has mastered the way he falls. He always falls and slides on his tush, You just got to avoid that back. Yeah, Post was awesome tonight, Mike. He was incredible.
Oh, my God.
His block on that, and Butler's block. I mean, defensively, the Warriors really buckled down. I mean, the Warriors were 7-3 without Steph, right? You could almost,
and that's
say
before Jimmy.
Yeah. They were what? 6? No, they won the other night with him. I think that was their first win without him. They were 6-3 with, I think. Maybe I got it wrong, but
I think it's 7-3.
Yeah, I think that's what they are now. Maybe
to be fair, a lot of those games were early on in the year when the Warriors look like a completely different team. But I'm fully confident in Jimmy right now and him helping us win these next few games with Steph out.
Yeah. Didn't Chelsea Lane, she was the former trader, didn't she go to Atlanta? I think she did a few, when Celebrini came on. I think she went like 6-7 years ago. Yeah, they're really fortunate to have Celebrini. I mean, you think about everything Joe Lacob does is first class, isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, he just goes out and I want the best. I want the best arena. I want the best players. I'll spend for whatever it takes. I want the best. Even the guy, Raymond Ritter. I don't know. I think he was here before Lacob, but he's excellent at his job. The Warriors just run a very first class organization, top to bottom, and I would
Lacob,
love to see him own the Giants. I really
oh
would.
yeah. He cares about the fans, he cares about the players, and he cares about winning. And he will do anything to help the team win. And seeing him spend all this money in luxury tax the last few years, even when they weren't good, is just so encouraging as a fan because
Yes.
he is competitive and he hates losing.
Right. The 21 season. Remember that? They weren't that good. They finished the AC 39-33. It was a shortened season because of COVID. They didn't play I think they played like
Kelly
72.
Oubre.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre. I was getting at that. He kept Kelly Oubre instead of traded him, and he could have saved himself $100 million. How much did he pay in luxury tax?
I think it was like 43 or something like that. I can
It was
look.
crazy. It was a huge amount. And all he had to do was trade Oubre and say, you know what? You're not going anywhere. Trade Oubre, save yourself $50 million or whatever it was, some insane amount of money.
In 2021, the Warriors paid $170 million in luxury tax.
How much would they have saved if they got rid of Oubre? Like 50, right?
Well, let me look.
I don't know how you're finding that. I'm glad you got that because it was insane. And I kept thinking, wow, this dude, he doesn't mind. Because you could look at that team and go, they're not going anywhere. Man. Was that the year? Did Wiseman play that year?
82.4 million.
Whoa. I thought it was some incredible amount of money. 82 million he could have saved.
82.4 million on a guy that was averaging 8 points per game halfway through the year.
Oh my goodness.
At some point, do you think it's kind of like he's indebted to owe it to Steph? Like he bought the team for $450 million. It's worth $9.7 billion or whatever crazy number it is now. Mainly because of one guy. I mean, obviously there's a bunch of other factors, but like, do you think he's just he believes that he owes it to Steph to like continue trying to help him win throughout all these years? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he wants to win. I think he's just such a competitor that he will do whatever it takes. I mean, I think he was obsessed when Luka got traded to the Lakers. He was like, we're getting a deal done. I mean, he just went ape. I think, it was like, we got to get this. We got to either get KD or Jimmy. And I think it worked out better that they ended up really getting Jimmy for this team right now. Although, never would turn down KD. Yeah, the Celtics today sold the team for $6.1 billion. I'm sorry, 6.1 billion. The Celtics were sold. The Warriors are valued at $9.4 billion. I think they're one of the top 2 or 3 valued franchises. Who's only ahead of them? Is it the Cowboys or something?
2 of them are like the Yankees or something. I think it's Dallas.
I think it's the Cowboys. Yeah. I mean, Steph Curry has made Joe Lacob
That's what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
At some point, he's got to feel like he owes Steph a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's probably saying, you know what, Steph, I'll do whatever it takes while you're here to win. And I mean, Steph's just incredible. So, hey, did you have some? How'd you do today in March Madness? Did you have your bracket?
I I bet on a few of the games. I didn't do well on those, but I hit a parlay for the Warrior game, so that kind of saved me. But so yeah, it was just me and a couple of my friends. We would just take some of the games right before they
Okay.
started because we were all watching together.
Whoa, 6th Street, the team that bought 10% of the Giants, bought part of the Celtics too. Oh gosh. What is 6th Street like to sports? Are they going to be like BlackRock or something? They're involved in every sports deal now. Let me pull up the brackets here, see how the brackets did. Today, we'll take a look here. All right. We'll take a look at the South region. Auburn handles Alabama State with ease. Creighton beats Louisville, which Creighton, where's Creighton from? Indiana? State of Indiana, I think. Or where's Creighton? Aren't they in Indiana? Hey, Siri, what state is Creighton University in?
The answer I found is Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. That's right. Nebraska. Okay, so that is interesting. So because the next game for Auburn is close to Louisville area, so it's good that, for Auburn that they're not playing a practical home game for Louisville. So as we look further, Michigan, in a close one, beats UC San Diego 68-65. A&M Texas beats Yale. And the rest of the games in the South are tomorrow. Let's take a look. Hold on here. Let's take a look at. Hold on here. We'll scroll over here. We'll take a look at the East. Oh, wait. Where is my. Here we go. East. BYU over Virginia Commonwealth, 80-71. Wisconsin handles Montana. And BYU advances. They'll take on Wisconsin. Don't we have any other games? I thought there was. Well, those are tomorrow. Hold on here. Those are the East. Where's my. Okay. The West, we had a few games. We had Drake in a mild upset, beat number 6 seed Missouri 67-57. Number 3, Texas Tech handles UNC Wilmington 82-72. Kansas gets knocked off by Arkansas 79-72. And St. John's, the number 2 seed, beats Omaha 83-53. So, and then as we look at the Midwest, hold on here. The Midwest, Houston, no surprise, wallops SIUE 78-40. Gonzaga throttles Georgia. The upset of the day, McNeese holds off Clemson. They were up by like 8 or 10 with 50 seconds, 35 seconds, something like that. I don't know what it was. And they got it. They came on with a rush there, but Purdue advances and UCLA beats Utah State and Tennessee over Wofford. So really no big surprises today, pretty much chalk today. Couple of mild upsets, Clemson going down 69-67 to McNeese. And the other upset was Missouri going down to losing to Drake. But 6-11, it's not a huge upset. Even 12-5 today is not a huge upset. It's not like it used to be.
No, even some of the close games weren't really that close. The scores got close at the end, but it was more so just a foul game.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. We'll see who cuts down the nets, but I like Auburn and Florida. Tennessee, I do like too. I do like Tennessee. If there's a sleeper Cinderella in this tournament. I would say I don't think you can call UConn a Cinderella, but they are an 8 seed and they are the 2-time defending champs. You never know with a Hurley team, a Danny Hurley, he can get his guys motivated, and if they can get on a run, you never know. Also, I'm looking at UCLA. You never know what they can do. Although they're going to face Tennessee, it's going to be tough. But UCLA always tournament time seems to come to play. So we'll see how this goes. Duke should be a Cooper Flagg's healthy, pain-free. Duke should waltz to at least the Elite Eight. I mean, they should get to their regional final with ease. I think they got the easiest bracket, but we'll see. We'll see. You got any other thoughts on the game tonight, plus this 6-game road trip deloading?
Main one is just Post. He's legit. And I love the pick out of Dunleavy at 52 because when you're getting late in those drafts, I kind of like when you go after potential rather than like output during college. And when you have a 7-footer that can shoot that well, I was surprised he dropped. But like he's legit good, and you can just see how much he's developed already as a defender mainly, because those first few games he was in, he was rough, but he picks up stuff really easily. So seeing him just develop already is super encouraging. I mean, like if you play basketball, you know the hardest shot to take is those no-dip threes when you just get the ball and just release it without dropping, and have a 7-footer that can shoot that well doing that it's going to be really good to see in the next few years. I'm pumped.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm just looking at some of the picks that came in before Post. And, Jamal Shee, the guy that banked in the 3 at the end of the game, he was the 45th pick out of Houston. The Kings drafted him and then traded him to the Raptors. Of course, Bronny James went 3 picks behind Post to the Lakers. Oh my goodness. Imagine if the Warriors were, if the Lakers were picking 1 pick in front of the Warriors and they picked Bronny James and the Warriors get Quentin Post. That would have been hilarious. So, did any of these guys, well,
you ever see those high school videos where it's the last game of the season and they have like the water boy or like the assistant coach?
Oh yeah, and they let him play.
That's what I feel like every time Bronny comes in. It's like that kind of vibe. Like the crowd is extra pumped up. It's just, I don't know. It's funny to see.
JD KMBR, a little worried about Steph's MRI. Yeah, I think always got to be worried about anything that can come up. Dang. All I do is hope for the best, man, and just hope it's nothing structural at all, that it's just, as they say, a contusion. Yeah. You're probably right, Dilo. He's probably out at least a week. He might end up missing the whole road trip.
If they can just take care of the ones they should win early, then that's fine with me, to be honest.
Yeah. We're going to need Buddy Hield to play Buddy Hield like he plays at home.
Just tell him it's the start of the season.
Yes, exactly. Hey, Buddy,
the new season just started.
Oh, man.
My friend who's a Pacers fan he told me like this was gonna happen. I was all jacked up at the beginning of the year, the first few weeks, telling him like, "You guys made such a mistake. Like, how do you let this guy go?" And he was just like, "Wait, just wait." And that like beginning stage of Buddy Hield is gonna fall off a little bit. And he was right, but hopefully he picks it back up again.
Yeah. Oh, I guess Mushroom Head, they call him up in Sacramento, Buddy Hield. Yeah. It's man. Man, it's yeah. Hopefully they dodged a bullet, man. That was rough. Ooh. Yeah, the way he went down on it and the instant pain. Sometimes when you get that instant pain, it is because something fractures, you know. I don't know. Hopefully not. I mean, you get instant pain when you get hit in the face with a fastball, right? Or in the forearm or the hand, and the hand's not always broken. So you just got to hope for the best, man. So, well, guys, we'll leave it here. Check out video I did if you're a Giants fan. Put out a video earlier today on the Giants. Kobe Mayo was sent down by the Baltimore Orioles to the minors, and I think the Giants should go after him. I think a Kyle Harrison would be a perfect match. Maybe you got to throw in somebody else, minor, but Mayo's value's dropping, Harrison's value's dropping. Orioles need pitching, Giants need young hitting. I think it's a great match. And imagine Bryce Eldridge and Kobe Mayo in the same lineup for 10 years. You got some real raw power. So we'll see how that goes. But I think tonight the story is everybody is kind of worried and concerned on pins and needles with Steph Curry being hurt, falling hard on his tailbone, and just have to wait and hear what the verdict is on this, and we'll hopefully hear something tomorrow. I'm sure we'll hear something definitely by tomorrow. Maybe if it's good news, they'll announce it tonight. I don't know. Hard to say. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, the Warriors have been through this before with Curry. They went through it with KD. Remember when KD was out and he, what was his injury in his, I think it was his first or second year with the club. And he avoided, what was that? Do you remember that injury?
I'm trying to think. I remember him being out for a while.
It was in Washington. They were playing the Wizards, and I can't remember what that injury was, but they were really concerned that they thought they may have lost him. Was it the knee? I can't remember.
Didn't Zaza fall back into his knee or something like that?
Yeah, Zaza. Yeah, that's what it was. And they were really, remember they thought it was over, and they walked into the locker room. Everybody was somber, and they thought he was done for the season. And then they got the MRI report, and they were surprised it wasn't a tear or something.
Yeah.
I think they thought it was an ACL or something, and maybe it was a stretched ligament or a sprain. I can't remember what the whatever they call it, the outcome, but it was only like, I think it turned out to be like 4 to 6 weeks instead of, the season. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, we were like all going, oh no, season's over. We just lost KD. But so hopefully it's not the opposite tonight. So hopefully it's not the opposite of that, where we think everything's good. So we'll see. But well, let's get out of here, guys. We will be back, should be back tomorrow night with a show talking Giants baseball, I believe. And Warriors next play Saturday. So we will be looking for that. Let me look for any final comments. See. Oh, Bill's Final Four is Kentucky, Duke, Florida, and Michigan State. Ooh, Michigan State, a little Tom Izzo action in the Final Four. Los coming on tomorrow. I have no idea. Los's schedule's up and down. Lou's in Vegas and spending the weekend there with the Final Four March Madness, enjoying that. So we'll see. But guys, thanks for being part of it. Deload, and thanks for jumping on in as always.
Thanks for having me on, Dan.
Yeah, and enjoy the music as we get out of here, guys. I'll read your comments, post anything that you put up while we're closing out the show. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys, on the way out. Make sure, let's see if we can get our likes up to 75 to 100, okay? Maybe, I don't know where we're at. Let me see where we're at with our likes. Our likes are right now, give me about 20 seconds as I pull this up. It'll give me a indication of our likes. We're at 51. Okay, everybody who's in the room, go ahead and give it a like. If you're watching over on X, come on over to YouTube, give it a like. All right, guys, we really appreciate it. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow.